Good afternoon, this is KTN Newsdesk. My name is Ian Ofula. We're coming to you live from the Sana Group Center. We begin in Makueni, where Makueni Governor Kivutha Kibwana is this afternoon set to address a press conference following his impeachment by MCAs. Makueni, member of County Assembly, threw out Kibwana following a motion moved by MCA Sami Maseka. Maseka was accusing the governor of violating the constitution and abuse of power. A total number of 35 MCAs voted for his impeachment, while 10 tried to save the governor. The motion required the support of at least 32 members of the total 47 in the county. Kivutha's lawyer Wilfred Nyamu termed the impeachment as illegal, stating that its grounds did not meet the threshold. Wiper Secretary General David Musila is also expected to address the press. And from Makueni, we go to Mombasa, where a regular policeman on night duty at a casino at the Royal Court Hotel along the Haile Selassie Road in Mombasa was last night shot dead by unknown gangsters. Eyewitnesses said the gangsters attacked the police officer at around 9 p.m., shooting and killing him on the spot. They did not steal anything from him. Eyewitnesses also say, who reside around the scene, also say the murder attention was drawn by gunshots, and when they rushed to the scene, they found the policeman dead in a pool of blood. The assailants are said to have disappeared immediately after committing the crime. The motive of the killing remains unknown as police launch investigation.
What happened? That's really something to be really worried about.
Just heard the shots that we came out to see, and that is just not concluding anything that could have happened. But we saw a policeman shot dead. That's it. We didn't see the shooting, we heard the shooting, and when we came down, after 10 minutes, we saw a policeman lying on the ground. That is all that I can really say. Unfortunate incident, and it's really horrible.
And tension is high at the controversial Muthera farm in Mount Narok following the death of one person who was shot by an arrow. The 40-year-old Kutoine Olekeshe was shot by youths allegedly from the controversial farm associated with the family of the late powerful cabinet minister Mbiu Koinange. Following the incident, an administration police officer escaped death narrowly after furious Maasai youths attacked him, accusing the provincial administration of harassment. Witnesses say a group of 7 youths attacked the 40-year-old herdsman and shot him with an arrow before attempting to set a house on fire. Members of the Maasai community demanded that the AP officers stationed at the farm be removed, accusing them of taking sides.
Watu wanne wakakimbia wakiwa na mafuta, wakamwakia kwa nyumba, akasema kuna mtu mwingine ndani ya nyumba. Wakati walimweka mafuta, mimi nikamweka maji kwa besheni, nikatumbukiza jacket ndani ya besheni ndio nipate kusima hiyo moto. Jamaa mwenye aligonga hiyo watu nimewaona vizuri. Juu watu walikuwa 9.
Wale watu wamefanya hii kitendo wakamatwe. Na tunaomba wale watu wanakulia, wakubwa fulani wanakulia hii shamba waondolewe.
Tunaandikanga jina na tunafuata, anaenda ongea na mabroka zake fulani, siku kidogo hiyo maneno yanapelekwa hivi yanapotea.
Interior and Coordination Ministry has announced that it will lobby for adequate funding for the Pamoja initiative as a way of promoting peace and coexistence in the country. Cabinet Secretary Joseph Olelenku said the safety and security of the country should not be taken for granted and called upon Kenyans to remain peaceful and united. Speaking during the launch of the Pamoja initiative Phase 2, which will last for 30 months, Lenku said the government will fully support the initiative, which is aimed at building dialogue among communities and end tribal differences.
No matter how much Kenyan ethnic communities strive and mobilize negatively, there is a great possibility that we can overcome negative ethnicity and indeed celebrate our diversity.
Indeed, collaboration is key to the avoidance of violence that Kenya witnessed following the 2007 elections. We should never allow this beautiful country to go through such violence again.
We have an obligation, not just to Kenyans, but to this region, to remain integrated, to remain pushing for regional integration.
Building social cohesion and promotion of national values is as much about building hope and aspiration as it is about confronting fears and prejudices. We must realize that national cohesion and national values cannot be achieved single-handedly, but through collaboration and building partnership with various stakeholders.
Given the aridity of Mbeere district in Embu County, poverty levels are high and limited income generating projects only serve to worsen the situation. But one woman in Makima area of Mbeere is fighting the odds and trying to uplift herself from poverty. Rhoda Mwende is trying her hand at fish farming and so far enjoying the proceeds from her 4 fish ponds. Carol Nderi now reports on this venture on a rather unpopular area.
The search for water in Mbeere district is a real struggle for the residents who have to find ways of tackling the aridity and hot weather that characterizes this part of Embu County. The precious commodity that is water is hard to come by, so it puzzles many how Rhoda Mwende is able to maintain her fish farming here in Makema area. A single mother of 3 who describes herself as an industrious woman, Mwende tells of her journey in trying to beat the biting poverty that afflicts many residents of Mbeere.
Mimi nilikuanga mama wa kawaida. Mbele nilikuwa naishi kwa ploti pale. Nilikuwa nasumbuliwa na landlord sana. Lakini wakati Actionaid walikuja, waliunganisha watu jinsi ya vikundi hivi kufanya kazi.
Strengthening community livelihoods project is working to ensure that the communities we are working with become resilient and are able to bounce back after drought shocks.
While others buy water for domestic use, she buys hers for her fish ponds. The proceeds from the sales are good, and there is a ready market here in the dry Mbeere for her fish, a commodity hard to come by in this arid area.
Tukiwapelekea kuna uko Embu County, kuna kilimo ingine tuliungana watu wa fish huko wakulima, kuna kampuni nyingine tunapelekeanga huko. Sasa hawa wanachukua kilo 1,300. Ya kama utaki kuuza hivyo hivyo, unaweza chotea wakati kuko na mbaraza pahali hivi, unaweza enda kuuzia watu hapo. Hapa soko nikiwatangazia siku yenye nauza, wote wanakuja kununua siku hiyo.
Mwende was a casual laborer before venturing into this lucrative business. She'd earn 150 shillings per day and she'd request her employer to save 100 shillings for her out of the 150 a day pay. With that, she was able to construct 4 fish ponds with the help of Actionaid.
Ukulima wa samaki ni ukulima rahisi sana. Juu wakati hakuna mvua, unajua watu wanang'ang'ana kukaa njaa. Kama hakuna mvua ni kwenda kuchota maji tu. Unaweka kwa pondi na unaweka vinga sako, unaendelea. Kama hakuna mvua wewe uko na pesa na uko na chakula. Na waonyesha tena hii si kazi ya kukufunga hapa. Ukiwapatia chakula zaidi unaenda zako.
Being a member of the Wendano Farmers Group has also assisted her to save some money through table banking. From the proceeds, she has done herself proud as she now owns a brick house, quite an achievement by the standards of the locality. The use of advanced technologies such as hormonal therapy in fish rearing has enabled her business to prosper, and she says she is only getting started. Rhoda Mwende wants other women in Mbeere to emulate her and not let the acute dryness of Mbeere bring them down. Carol Derry, KTN, Mbeere, Embu County.
Elsewhere, based on the lessons learned from the attack at the Westgate shopping mall a year ago, where over 60 lives were lost, the Kenya Red Cross conducted a drill to test its employees' quick response to disasters of similar nature. The drill depicted a terror attack in a building with several casualties and injuries. Take a look.
It is my belief that Kenya as a country has gained from the exercises and that this places us in a better state of preparedness in case we are faced with such challenges.
What has become disturbingly familiar in Kenya is the increase of terrorist attacks. We are now more aware and more vigilant and more resilient as a community than ever before.
Residents of Kiptulel village in Mauche, Nakuru County held peaceful demonstrations calling for the removal of the area's assistant chief on claims that he is not from the area he is serving. Led by youth leader Kibet Kirui, the residents marched to the assistant chief's office at Kiptulel demanding for his ouster. But the office was locked. According to the residents who later conducted a meeting with the area DO, the assistant chief comes from a different sub-location and is yet is serving them. The residents expressed anger, saying the assistant chief is not in position to address the issues affecting them, such as land disputes, illicit brew, among others.
Ambayo iko hiyo area, lakini assistant chief akuwe mtu wa hiyo kijiji na hiyo sub location. Hatutetei mtu yeyote hapewe hiyo kazi, lakini tunasema ya kwamba mtu ambaye anapewa kazi hawe anatoka pande hii. We want to tell the leaders of the day, hatutaki and we are not ready to work with anybody from outside. And we can never.
Well, we have come to the end of this bulletin. Do keep it KTN. We do like to know what is happening around you. Our Twitter handle is @KTN Kenya. Facebook also remains the same, KTN Kenya. My name is Ian Wafula. Do have yourself a lovely afternoon.